Thanks for joining us. I'm Carol Jenkins. The program is Black America, and today we have the great pleasure of talking with Warrington Hudlin, a legend in the film industry. His films House Party and Boomerang were essential to the building and the understanding of modern black film and its success. In addition to founding the Black Filmmaker Foundation, he is vice chair of the Museum of the Moving Image, where he presents very frequently, Warrington. I'm so happy to see this. You know, some of the best films of our time. Not only that, but at the museum you give panels to explain what they mean. And that's what I said to you when we were talking about the fact that we've known each other since 1984.
That's right.
What we haven't done is gone to the movies together. So
we overdue.
I'm
definitely
pinning
overdue.
you down for a date.
I'm happy. Public record. We're going to do it.
Finally, I'll understand immediately what a movie means, you know, with your analysis. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Delighted to be here.
We're going to talk movies because there seems to be a plethora, you know, an avalanche of black movies. Is that just my experience of it? Is it?
Well,
or
I think that the numbers is what's exciting to me. It's not simply the numbers, but I think there's been a wall that's being torn down. I think the success of Black Panther, for example, is now officially the third highest grossing movie of all time.
Of all time.
Any genre, any ethnicity, it is like the king. And so, and of course, more recently, Crazy Rich Asians opened really big at the box office.
Right.
And it's the first time an Asian American cast in the last, within 25 years, was the last time this happened. So I think that we are finally getting ability to tell our stories, and that's exciting. So I'm looking more, not so much at the numbers. The numbers are great and important, but we're now proving the point.
Well, you think that Boots Riley's Sorry to Bother You is a landmark film?
Yeah, let's look at the landmarks. There, in my view, a lot of people chronicle and track the birth of black cinema to Oscar Micheaux. And, you know, that's technically true, but I don't think he really changed the kind of storytelling. The person who changed the storytelling, in my view, made cinema black. That's a statement not only of aesthetics, but also politics, was in 1971. When Melvin Van Peebles did Sweetback's badass song.
Wow, my gosh.
And to me, I track my ancestry as an artist to Melvin Van Peebles. And then, of course, in 1986, when Spike Lee did She's Gotta Have It, he proved the viability of independent, outside the system, low-budget guerrilla filmmaking. So that was another turning point. But for me, you mentioned Boots Riley, what he's done with Sorry to Bother You is something, it's almost like the way that John Coltrane and the free jazz movement came in and just broke all the rules and told another kind of deep story. The movie is sci-fi, it's comedy, it's super political. So I'm a huge fan.
Well, John Coltrane, that's a high compliment.
Yeah, well, I mean it. I chose it for a reason.
We've got a clip. Let's play a little clip of that and come out on the other side.
I just really need a job. 40 on 2.
This is telemarketing. Stick to the script.
Hey, hello. Mr. Davison, cash is green here. Sorry to bother.
Let me give you a tip. You want to make some money here? Use your white voice.
My white voice?
I'm not talking about Will Smith's wife, like this young blood.
Hey, Mr. Kramer. This is Langston from Regal View.
I love that. That is so hilarious. So the character is a telemarketer. And, you know, take us from there. What about it for you changed?
What's interesting about it, he gives us, the viewer, hooks, comedic hooks, but there's something deeper there. It's really about race, class, the 1% versus the rest of us. And so he has accomplished something that I think as filmmakers we're all challenged to do. How do you take deeper, heavy issues, but wrap it up in a way that's a bridge to the regular viewer? And so you can read this movie on so many different levels. So the reason I'm hesitating running through the story, because that's not the point. When you really see the allegory, I mean, in many ways, you see a lot of Kafka in this piece. I mean, this guy.
Coltrane and Kafka.
And this is no joke.
Okay.
This is no joke. And here's the main thing. This is his first film.
It's his first film. He's a rapper.
Yeah, comes out music, yes.
And now you were telling me that the financing for this film came from China.
Yeah, the producer is Nina Yang Bon Jovi, who's a friend of mine, and she got the money from China. And then Charles King, who runs Macro,
Sure.
the African-American country, he put some money in. So it's really independently financed, and that's wonderful.
So you're also concerned, though, that people are not going to go out to see it because it's not a blockbuster yet. You think it's hugely important to see.
I think so. I mean, as you and I know, I mean, I track these movies very carefully, and sometimes when you break the rules, when you do new ground, people have to catch up with you. So this is a movie, and me, is out front, and so it's up for the rest of us to come out and catch up.
So that's Sorry to Bother You. But now,
yes.
the film that is the blockbuster is Crazy Rich Asians.
Just opened recently, so it's on the way to making a lot of money. But in terms of, technically speaking, blockbuster, that's Black Panther.
Black Panther,
Yeah.
right, of course, and that without question. But let's just stick with, because the Asian film, the first time in 25 years.
Yes, yes. Joy Luck Club was the one 25 years ago.
And I remember that.
Yes,
you know,
yes, yes. And this was a lighter touch.
Right.
Joy Luck Club has some kind of depressing narratives to it. This is a much lighter touch. And by the way, some of the cast are from New York. Awkwafina.
Right, right. She was very, very, very
she
funny.
stole the movie. She was so funny.
Yeah, standing, going to the ladies' room afterwards, you know, is where you hear the great analysis, the critique, right? And the film was totally sold out on a Wednesday night.
Yep.
And a young woman said, you know, I love that story. Their family is just like my family, and I think it's that commonality
It's a universal, finding universal in the specific. And by the way, the series of novels this is based on, and he also lives in New York.
We have a clip from Crazy Rich Asians. Let's take a quick look.
Right. We've been dating for over a year now, and I think it's about time people met my beautiful girlfriend. What about us taking an adventure east?
Like Queens?
Singapore, Colin's wedding. Don't you want to be my family?
I hardly know anything about them. Every time I bring them up, Nick changes the subject. Maybe his parents are poor and he has to send them money.
Let's take a bags and get you checked into first class.
Nick, we can't afford this. So your family is rich?
We're comfortable.
That is exactly what a super rich person would say.
Now, Crazy Rich Asians, and now this has been adopted by the Black filmmaking community. So many people. I mean, you were praising it as an example of something that had to happen. Lena Waithe had a famous few tweets about it up on Twitter. She says, "Go see this film this weekend. It's just as important as Black Panther and Wrinkle in Time."
Well, because the issue is, do we get a chance to tell our stories? And I mean, it's so often we've been talked about. So a white filmmaker, even though they're well-intentioned, tell our story. We have to tell our own stories. And so because when you have black people write, produce, direct, that's the breakthrough, that's the victory. And so that's the nature of our solidarity. Because unfortunately, Hollywood has been one voice, white, male, voice, and that's why quite frankly, these movies have been so boring. We are coming to the rescue. People of color are coming to the rescue.
Are coming to the rescue.
Yeah.
Right. So now, let's go to Black Panther now.
Okay.
I mean, a huge blockbuster, billions of dollars, and all of that. Tell me how that happened. I know Ryan Coogler is the director, but what made those pieces fit together to create this gigantic film?
You know, those kinds of things, hard to reverse engineer, figure out what happened. But one point of pride is that one of the characters in the film was created by my brother, and he used to write the comic book, Black Panther.
Right.
And this is
Reginald.
Reginald Hudlin.
You guys were once known as the Hudlin Brothers.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. From region to region. So I prefer to what's most influential. We talked before about Sweet Sweetback, and Spike Lee's She's Gotta Have It. So what movies were made that changed the? But I will mention one movie that I think is not recognized enough. It's called One False Move. And see,
I'm not sure. I haven't seen it. And what? Tell us.
It's the screenplay was Billy Bob Thornton, and African American director.
Right.
It is
One False Move.
One False Move.
Uh-huh.
And it's brilliant. It's really about race relations and the South, and it's all wrapped into a crime drama.
Right. Everybody will now be going to find the film because if you single that out as a film.
Well, it's a movie that, again, I'm into my influence, and it's small budget, modest budget, and it's about race. You know, I mean, race not in a cliche way. Carl Franklin's One False Move is extraordinary.
Well, thank you. Thank you all.
And
we
Michael
will
Beach
be
is in the cast.
Now, filmmaking is, well, we know the Hudlin brothers, you and your brother, are fabulously successful in this medium, but it's in your family history as well. Talk to us a little bit about that.
This is the funny part, because as a professor at NYU contacted me years and years ago. He said, hey, your family made movies. I said, no, we don't. No, my brother, we're the first. He said, no, I don't think so. And I was like, okay. He said, please, I'll come by. And he pulled up this microfiche. That's the old way to use it.
Right.
And it was a newspaper article from 1918.
1918.
So what movies only been around, less than 10 years in 1918.
Right.
And my grandfather, no, how would he be? He would be my, I guess it'd be my great-grandfather. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's right. Great-grandfather had started a motion picture company.
That is really extraordinary.
And
it's in the DNA, for you guys.
And the reason I didn't know about that, because that was he died later that year, so it wasn't a long period, but he actually did enough to have it written about. But the other thing is interesting, that his father was an escape from slavery, and his mother was Cherokee. So you can say that one of the earliest examples of black film was Black Indian film.
Black Indian film. Yeah. Great. Touches all bases. Now, East St. Louis?
East St. Louis.
Where you're from?
Blackest city in America.
These lists, how do you rate that?
Well, I talk about who came from East St. Louis.
Right.
Besides, my brother and the work we did, as a child, I lived on one side, one door down was a very famous gospel singer named Brother Joe May. He was huge in the 1950s. But two doors another way was Ike and Tina Turner.
Ah, right.
And Miles Davis from East St. Louis, and he knew my family.
Right.
And, but here's the thing that really blew me away. If you see the movie Hell, Rock and Roll, you talk about where was the moment, what was the performance where rock and roll was articulated? Well, it was at the Cosmo Hall, which is a short walk from where I was born. And they said New Year's Eve in 1952 was the first time that Chuck Berry and his piano player named Jimmy Johnson played music that became rock and roll. And
some history.
I tell you,
something in the water in that.
But I'm not doing enough. I got all this legacy that I need to work harder.
But so talk to me about your drive for the film. How old when I know that you went to Yale after, and what was the relation with the Katherine Dunham Scholarship?
Well, the reason I got to Yale is because I was in her performing arts training center. And this was like in the 60s, so people was like, burning and shooting.
Right.
So the corporate America said, we need to take some of the best and the brightest, so in quotes, and get them into good schools, Ivy League schools, so that maybe they would join our team. And so she got me a scholarship. She wrote a record and said, this guy is good, give him his money. So it paid for my tuition at Yale. Of course, I was happy to receive this money. I didn't join their team, unfortunately. But she was a big influence because as a young person, she introduced me to African culture.
Right.
I was a drummer for her dance company. And so much, at 16 years old, I was learning how to speak Yoruba. I was doing African culture. I was learning Senegalese drums. So when I left East St. Louis and went to Yale, I came in with a whole understanding of Africa and what Africa meant, all due to Katherine Dunham.
That is incredible. That's incredible. It's so important for that experience, that black experience, to happen for black children. I don't care whether it was then or now.
Because your self-esteem as a person of color is under assault, whether it be black, Asian, or Latino. They're telling you everything in society says that you're lesser than. So unless you really have that kind of cultural nurturement, you will embrace that kind of inferiority that's embedded in everything you read and see.
Right, and film also.
Oh,
going back.
especially film.
So,
Especially film.
but now, so many of our films are about gangs and drugs and all of that. Where do you place that in terms of?
And this is sad to say, but film from the very beginning has been meant to disempower people of color. I mean, the big classic, of course, is Birth of a Nation.
Birth of a Nation, right.
But that was all meant to rewrite American history and to demean and defame us. And this, for decades, even to this day, these movies are to subvert black life. And so we as filmmakers, we not only have an artistic challenge to have some artistic excellence, we also have to counter these destructive myths.
Talk to us about the Black Filmmaker Foundation,
Sure,
which helps to do that. So.
Yeah, when I came out of college, I looked around and I had made a document I thought was really good. And I would take it to a place to show it, an art house. And they asked me, well, what language is it in? I said, English. I don't know, maybe you need to get subtitles. And I realized that even the art scene was not responsive to people of color. And I also wanted people to rent it, and they couldn't find it. So I turned to all my colleagues and said, listen, we all have films. Why don't we come together and create a cooperative? And we put our films in one catalog. We began distributing our films ourselves. So the closed door made us become self-reliant. I mean, it's the history of black folks. I mean, do you protest or do you, as Booker T says, cast your buckets down where you are? So we did that. And so we became self-reliant. And for again, this year, in 2018, we'll be 40 years old.
Wow.
And now the
So for 40 years, Ava DuVernay taking a note from your work.
Yes, I tease about that, but I thank her actually because I wanted to pass the baton. I don't have any kind of proprietary rights. I mean, it's struggle, and more people join the struggle, the better.
And you're now vice chair of the Museum of the Moving Image. Talk to us about 400 films a year. Is that what you share show at least? Right?
At least, and I have 2 personal series that I curate. In fact, when I got appointed the vice chairman, I did a little speech to the other trustees that said, guys, you should know this, that when I first started showing films in New York, it was 1979, and I had a projector and a screen. And I went to the pastor at Abyssinian Baptist Church.
Right, sure.
And he allowed me to come down and show films in the basement. So to go from the basement of Abyssinian Baptist Church to this block-long, 3-story, $70 million building, we completely redid the movie. The building is to die for. I would say,
yes,
we might have the best screening room on the East Coast. We can show 70 millimeter. We can show all forms of video. It's stunning.
Yes, but you are in Queens.
See, and I'm glad you said that. You give me an opportunity. No, it's good because I want Queens.
I grew up in Queens, so I love Queens.
And Queens is actually the most multicultural
part
of America.
It's fantastic. But I want you to know, when I get your notices about, oh, we're doing this, we're doing that, and I said, am I going to go out to Astoria today?
15 minutes from Times Square.
15 minutes. Okay, everybody, you know that. Get yourselves out there.
And the best, you cannot get a better theater. I mean, if you really are pure.
The best screening room. You think you have the best screening room?
I take the challenge. Somebody contradict that,
That's
and
wonderful.
It's really nice. And but also we have community. People come regularly, and so after the movies, you have this kind of conversation. So it's almost like joining a film society.
And so the 400 films that are shown during the course of the year, you also have a way of showing people actually how movies are made.
Absolutely.
Talk to us about that exhibit, permanent exhibit, right?
Yes, and we have 50,000 school kids come through the doors in terms of under the arts and craft and technology of filmmaking. But most recently, and we are very proud of this, we have the Jim Henson exhibition.
Jim Henson.
Yes,
yeah.
and his daughter's
on your board,
yes,
right?
Yes. And so if you are a Jim Henson fan, this is the destination. So bring your young people, or you grew up with that. This is a whole huge square footage of really seeing this man's genius.
And also very inclusive of African Americans out there at the museum, and you're responsible for that. Walter Mosley is also on your board.
That's my man, Walter Mosley. He does good. Yes.
The writer who I don't think has. I guess Denzel, who was it who did one of his...
Oh, yes, it was Devil in a Blue Dress.
Devil in a Blue Dress.
But most recently, I've been seeing Walter Mosley's credits on Snowfall, which is another, it was a John Singleton produced series.
Right. We've interviewed him here.
And
yeah,
FX is on FX. I think I highly recommend that as well.
Right, and now you're active in the new media too.
Yeah, I did my first VR, which is a whole nother, that's a complete different platform. So virtual reality has really blew my mind, and no one's really figured it out yet. And so I'm always seeing what people are doing, and I'm hoping soon the museum is going to have a section dedicated to VR.
To VR. One of our babies, I don't want to, well, Eddie, you won't mind me calling you one of our babies, Eddie Bailey, who's here at CUNY, had a showing of his film at the museum.
Eddie Bailey's movie, Memphis Magic, is a revelation. Now, I consider myself a pretty well-educated person of color. I've studied my history. Eddie Bailey told me something I didn't know. That's hard to do.
We have a clip. Let's take a quick look. Memphis.
Jookin. They all say it wrong because I had spelled Jookin. What is this? Is this a book? Is this what is this? You know, you find out it's a dance. Like, what kind of dance?
Jookin can be attributed to Memphis rap. They never seen it before. They're like, what is he doing? It looks like breaking turbo, but it's not.
It's not like they dressed up like Michael Jackson and had to wear these magic loafers, you know what I'm saying? Like they were in Air Force Ones and Nikes just gliding across concrete.
So that's Memphis Magic. Eddie Bailey works here at CUNY. Yeah, what did you learn?
Well, the thing that's so seductive about that, so you go there seeing about the dance, then all of a sudden he gives you a history lesson. For example, who do you think was the first black millionaire?
Oh, who?
It was not who I thought it was.
Yeah.
And so when you see that movie, I mean, it's such a history lesson about Memphis, which is really a cradle of black culture.
Right. Well, before our time is up, this is so crazy. You'll have to come back, and we're going to go to the movies too.
Sure.
But we always have our guests finish the statement, the power, the strength of Black America. What do you think that is?
I think the untapped power of Black America is to have love and confidence in ourselves, and stop being afraid of white people.
So to stop being afraid. And how do you
and love. I mean, everything in our society is teed up for us to be afraid and not to love each other, not to have confidence in each other. And once we break that cycle, then I think victory is assured.
And you think film is the way to get there?
I think
one of the ways?
Everywhere. We should do every lever we can pull them all.
And you're confident that we will get there?
I'm confident I'm going to do my part.
Okay, I know you will. Warrington Hudlin, thank you so much for being with us today. Go out to the museum, it's fabulous.
Museum of the Moving Image, movingimage.us.
Okay, movingimage.us. Great. Warrington, thank you.
Thank
Movie
you.
date soon.
Oh, done.
Thank you, and thank you all so much for watching us today. I'm Carol Jenkins. The program is Black America. We'll see you the next time.